It's a pleasure to be here to commend my friend and brother, Reverend Timothy McDonald. I guess I've known Timothy for better than 38 years. He came to be my assistant at Ebenezer, the first full-time assistant, soon after I was there, maybe about 2 years. And I have fond remembrances of him. When the congregation first saw him, some of the older members were terrified because he had this big afro. And one of the old ladies said, "We don't have an afro this big in the whole church."
I am delighted to have this opportunity to be able to say to my good friend and brother, Reverend Timothy McDonald III, that I so much regret that I will not be able to be at the 30th anniversary, but my niece is graduating from Winston-Salem State University, and that I promised her that I would be there. But let me say to my friend and my dear brother, Reverend Timothy McDonald III, that I wish him a very happy 30th anniversary. Reverend McDonald and I have been friends for over 40 years. We worked together on the staff of the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, and that we have been friends throughout the years.
I just wanted to add my voice to the chorus of many others who are saying congratulations and happy anniversary to my brother and my friend, the Reverend Timothy McDonald. Thank God for you and for your 30 years of service alongside my sister Shirley McDonald at the First Iconium Baptist Church.
Good evening. Let me first thank the 30th Anniversary Pastoral Committee for asking me and for allowing me to pay this tribute to my parents, Reverend Timothy and Shirley McDonald. I do thank you for allowing me to do it ahead of time, because as everyone knows, I have a weeping willow syndrome that I honestly get from my father, and so hopefully there won't be too many tears flowing here this evening.
He was in charge of our youth work and in charge of the visitation of the sick, but I think the thing that I remember most about him was his unequivocal devotion to telling the truth. He went out with his bullhorn and would rally people all around him so that they would be able to deal with issues that were before us. And he would often tell me, because I was trying to put the church together, I'd just been there a few years, he would often tell me, "You take care of the church and I'll go out in the street." And that's what we did. We had a very happy combination.
We also worked together in helping to formulate the Concerned Black Clergy in the early 80s. So our friendship has spanned these years, and Reverend McDonald is a very special individual. He's unique in many ways. He's extremely talented. He's gifted. He's an orator. He's a thinker. Reverend McDonald is an activist, and it's just hard to sum up all of his attributes in one setting.
One of the things that a lot of you may not know is that I talk to my parents every single day. I talk to my dad on the way to work. I talk to my mom when she is on her way from work. And every time we talk, it's as if we have never, or as if we haven't talked in 1 or 2 weeks. You know, the excitement and the conversation is just always very enthusiastic. And I know that a lot of people don't really have that relationship with their parents. And so that is something that I absolutely do not take for granted.
He is one who has a pastor's heart. He cares about individuals. He's not a mass pastor who just takes people in and ignores them. But he's there in sickness and in health to encourage and to inspire. And I think that's so very important these days, when so many times preachers are willing to give Sunday morning services, which I call low maintenance, but they're not willing to do the other maintenance that the congregation calls for. He has always been willing to do that.
I have gotten many, I guess, slogans or kind of mantras to live by from my parents. From my dad, I've gotten "This too shall pass," and the band played on. From my mother, I have gotten "One must do what one must do and move on." So I've kind of adopted those principles in my life, and my father has also given me a scale. He calls his life scale, which has been very, very helpful to me, and it helps me to kind of put things and keep things in perspective. And he says, you know, on a scale of 1 to 10, where does this fall? And so, you know, not only are they my parents, but I truly, truly, truly believe in my heart of hearts that they are two of the best friends that I have on this planet.
God. Now let me touch his preaching. He preaches with great fire and fervor, and has been doing that since he began his ministry. I was surprised when I heard him the first Sunday, because he comes to the pulpit with no fear, opens the Bible and interprets the word for the living of these days.
Another thing that I think you all should know about my parents is where I live was based on where they moved to. I am the type of person, I go to my, and it's so funny, I call it my mother's house, like my dad doesn't live there, but I go to my parents' house on a regular basis because my mom cooks and I do not. And she allows me to come over, and so I am eternally grateful for her for allowing me to do that, because I know a lot of parents will probably get tired of seeing their child, and they just never really seem to get tired of me. My parents have been here for the last 30 years. I will be 35 in a few weeks, so that just kind of gives you an idea of how long I have been the first daughter, as some people call me, and it has been a very, very joyous ride.
I just want him to know that I respect him, I admire him, I really appreciate all that he's done for so many people, and that we look forward to our continued friendship.
But Tim was always sure that one day he would be able to sink his roots in the ground and see a church that flourished. I'm glad to say that after 30 years, it seems like that church has flourished. I say it without a doubt, and it's no telling what it shall be. Thank you for the honor of making a comment on this, his 30th anniversary.
It has been a wonderful journey. I absolutely love you all to the moon and back. Congratulations.
You model excellence in Christian ministry. It is both priestly and prophetic. It comforts those who are afflicted, and every now and then through your voice you've been known to afflict the comfortable. Thank you for blowing the trumpet in Zion. Thank you for being present with people through all of the seasons of life. Well done, good and faithful servant. May you have many more years serving in our God's vineyard. Keep the faith and keep looking up.
On behalf of the Pastor's Aid Ministry, we would like to say thank you to Reverend and Mrs. McDonald for allowing us to be the chairpersons for their 30th pastoral anniversary celebration. We thank you for your dynamic leadership, untiring patience, and faithful guidance as pastor and First Lady of First Iconium Baptist Church. We appreciate all that you do for us on a daily basis. We've come a long, long way, from the Postal Union Hall for our first services, to the church with the red doors, and to our present grand facility on Moreland Avenue. We just want to say thank you, and may God continue to bestow his most richest blessings upon you. Congratulations on your 30th pastoral anniversary. We can do all things through Christ who strengthens us.